Hello there, and welcome to today's live stream part 2. And as you can tell, we are using a different setup. And as you can tell, I have weird light reflexes in my face. Let me lower the blinds even further until they disappear. Otherwise, I will look weird. We have a different camera setup right now because I'm actually using my laptop for this video. So I hope you guys will excuse like I don't know quality issues with the camera, but I was trying to do it like this now because apparently earlier we were having some issues with the loudness of the video. So I apologize for that if that really was to be the case for you guys and you could not understand me earlier. But like I said, this is why we're using the laptop now, because I just want to give this a try. And this allows me to use different camera angles and just different layout. As you can tell, we will not be able to do like as many close-up shots that we did with the cell phone earlier. But don't worry, for those things where I'm showing off techniques that I haven't shown off yet, I will be filming short 5-minute videos in a later date with my cell phone when I'm working on the Panzer IV, so that we have that on video as well. So, what are we going to do today? Those of you who have been following my live streams, or who actually followed the earlier live stream today, will know that we did some mud and dirt on the lower hull of the Panzer III. And what we are going to do now is we are going to add snow to that dirt. While off camera, I actually started weathering the exhausts with pigments because I was a bit worried that if I did that after the snow, the pigments could get on the snow and just ruin everything. So this is why I decided to do it like this. The viewer that I have right now, could you please tell me whether or not you can understand me, if this is loud enough or if you have trouble hearing me? Because if you have trouble hearing me, I will probably have to see if I have to change the microphone settings on my laptop, because apparently that's really weird today. So we will be using this sort of snow, and as you can tell, no, this is not better. We are still using AK Interactive's snow acrylic diorama paint for this, because this is just the best thing out there that I could find, and we will be adding this to the back of our tank. As I showed you guys earlier, you will need an old brush and some water to just thin this down to make it less prominent. And always have tap water handy. It's just a useful thing to have. And then you just wet your brush, dip it into the paint, and you just spread it where you want snow. Be careful, because the more you have on your brush, the thicker the snow will look. As I said, you can always just like dip it back in the water in an attempt to just have less paint on your brush. What we are doing first is, of course, we are focusing on the lower half here of the back plate, and there will be more snow than on the upper half. And you have to keep this in mind, we are going to be putting snow in the vicinity of the exhaust cups, and those things would get hot, so we have to be careful not to overdo it with the snow around them, because the snow would just melt. The exhaust putts just would melt snow. Those of you who were here earlier will remember that we put down a coat of aqua gloss to set down the pigment and to fix the pigment into place, and to make sure that we would not be moving around the pigments once we added our snow. So something gotta be thinking of right now. So it looks as if, at least until now, nobody has found the time or the gusto to join us on this second live stream of the day, but maybe someone will pop in. And of course, this video, as the other live streams, will be video on demand as well. So if you just can't make it now, but want to watch this later on, this is also a distinct possibility for you guys. I will have to hold a model like this and to do the upper parts here with the snow. Like I said, try to be a little more careful on the upper parts where the exhaust pots are, because around them the snow would melt rather quickly because of the heat that they extrude. It goes in between. Still have snow. That was too much snow on the brush. And don't do what I just did and paint your water cup with the snow. Not the best idea. And just add snow there. And again, the towing eyelets, you can be a little more outgoing with what you do. So then, once you apply the first layer of snow, let it dry. Of course, you can use a dry brush or a brush that is just moist with water to blend the edges of the snow you just put on, so that it doesn't look too, like the contrast isn't too stark with the areas where there's no snow. Like right now, I messed up a bit, but thankfully the snow is rather malleable, so you can still fix this even at a later stage. But you don't want to wait till it's like completely dry. Once it's completely dry, I don't think you can reactivate it with water. But while you're like in the process of applying it and while it's still wet, you can still like just use a moist brush to just manipulate it. So we'll wait for a second to see how it looks, and then we can go back in and see any difference or any things that we still have to work on. While I have a minute to spare here, I would like to mention that I reactivated my Patreon account, which you can find if you want to under the link is patreon.com/hwhoopmodeling. Lately, YouTube has reduced the amount of support that they put out for creators that have like the channel size that I do have, around 2,000 subs. They are very, very strict on this now, and they have really reduced the amount that they support us. So I kind of had to look for alternative ways of getting some support in, and that's why I reactivated the Patreon. So if you have the time, if you have if you feel the urge to support me, you can do that. But like, there's no pressure. You don't have to. I will still make videos even if I'm not supported on Patreon. It's just an option for people that want to support me. So then there's an air bubble there. Don't forget to put water on the brush before you touch it. Otherwise, you'll just take it off. So, how has your day been? How you doing? How's your modeling going? Since I'm on the computer now, this allows me to follow the chat a lot better and to see what you guys are actually saying. So let me go to the live chat, and that way I can see all of your comments as well, and not just what I say, which is weird. The setup is weird there. So yeah, how's your day going? How's your modeling coming? Are you enjoying spring kicking in? What are you looking for in the modeling year which is basically still new. It's still just only February, so 10 months left to go, right? So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's drying, but yeah, we will need to touch up something. No time for building models, only to buy stuff. Okay, here's the thing. I haven't I did. I did buy a model kit recently, which is still not here because it's on back order. But other than that, like my buying has been reduced to modeling products. Like I said earlier, I bought some AK Real Colors today, an AK Real Color thinner, and a new bottle of metal burnishing fluid. But that's like basically all I'm doing recently, just like stocking up on product, and not just that much kits because I'm running out of stash room where I can store them. Although my stash is actually rather small currently, so yeah, it's all a bit of a problem. I know it's not a problem per se. It's just like, yeah, setting priorities, right? So, what have you been buying then? So let's take our paint back out. Use our brush. Put on some snow, and then go to work. Especially in the lower areas here where we think that there would be more snow. Like I said, the areas around the ground would pick up more snow while the tank would run over it. Like it's always weird to cover up all the dust and mud and dirt that you created in earlier steps with snow or something like that, or the weathering effects that you did with oils with mud. But that is just how it works, right? We'll have to be this. Okay, so aircraft for you then. I take it. Yeah, I'm not an aircraft guy. Like I said earlier today, the last aircraft kit I started, I threw in the bin because it was. Oh no, figures. I read fighters. Okay, yeah, sorry. Learn to read, Hendrik. Learn to read. Would be helpful every now and then. So yeah, I'll have to be disciplined like that. I bought two T72B. What's the T72B? Could you fill me in there? I don't know what that is. So as you can see, we have now, or actually you can't see because the lighting is weird. Like, if I move it back further, you still can't see. And like, yeah, it's weird doing it with the laptop because the camera is just not reacting in the way that I had hoped it would react. And yeah, it's not as good as when I do these with my phone. So I might have to go back to the phone for the next set of. I'm so stupid. T72, of course. T72 is like T64. Yeah. The B kind of threw me off. Yeah. Nah. I've been out of the lingo of modelers and the names of tanks for too long to kind of like know what everyone's talking about. So don't kill me for that, please. Yeah, I'm a bit messed up on that. So while we wait for this to dry, I got the turret, and the turret needs some weathering. So I will do the same weathering that I did on the hull, which is I start out with Mick Ammo's oil brusher, which has led to some sort of discussion in the community that some people like it, some others don't, and I got these oil brushers a while back, and I kind of like them, and I've used them, and I don't get rid of them. So while I still have them, why not use them? And they allow for some nice effects, some nice fading, some nice dirt collection. So that's why I use them. Not because I'm a fanboy or something. I just use what makes it easier for me, or what makes my modeling more effective, and what helps me while modeling. So that's why I use these oil brushes. And I've had these for over a year, and they're still working perfectly fine. Because a couple of people that I've talked to have been like, yeah, they won't last you for any considerable amount, and yeah, but until now they've been perfectly fine. And then of course white spirit, always important to have enough white spirit, and always important to just close the bottle when you don't use it, because otherwise you will throw it over and it will create a total mess, and it's not that cheap. So then we'll just blend in the oils here from the oil brushers with the brush that is soaked in white spirit, just creating a layer of dirt where we want a layer of dirt to be. Yes, there are a lot of vehicles, but yeah, come on. I should have been able to tell that it's probably one of the Russian tanks, right? As a tank modeler, I should have known, kind of. And then with the oils, I just try to blend them in a way that makes sense to me and to my eyes. I'm not like, oh, it has to look like this. I just do it until I like the effect. So right here it's like too much, so I blend it down. Use a dry brush to just blend them, and then just that's a good question, considering the fact that when I started this about 6 months ago, I figured this to take about 6 weeks. I now hope that I'll get this done within, say, the next month or two. So yeah, that should be a good estimate for you. The next month or two, I want this to be finished. So, considering my building or at least weathering speed right now, this is actually quite the task. But I don't want this to sit here any longer. Yeah, that was 6 months ago. That was in the summer of 2018. On summer vacation 2016, like when school was off for summer, I decided I wanted to do this during the summer break. Yeah, I didn't manage to do that. As it turns out, I did not manage to do that at all. Yeah, 6 months ago. I was still 30 back then. Now I'm 31. I'm getting old, you know. Like, it's a bit too much thinner, or at least too much paint that I need to take some of it back off. And I know that you probably can't see this right now due to the fact that I'm using this different camera, and that both the angle as well as the distance to what I'm doing is probably too big, and I know that. And for those of you who would like to see what I'm doing precisely, I will be doing specific videos where I show what I'm doing right now in more detail in the near future, where I'm just focusing on one aspect of weathering, and where we'll go over this in detail. But I just blended some oils from the oil brushes right now. Yes, the Panzer IV is Panzer Gray, and it will stay Panzer Gray. I will not put whitewash on that other tank because I think that it adds some nice variation to have both a Panzer Gray tank and the white tank in one diode. So yeah, that will stay in Panzer Gray all the way till the end. Always put them far away from yourself so you don't mess yourself up or your diode piece, and then just add some of the oil where you think you want to have an effect. Or we think there would be dirt, because this is basically dirt that you're modeling with this. Yes, I will put them out, trust me. It may just take me some time, but they will be there. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow just for you. How does that sound? Hey Clayton, yeah, I'm glad to be back, I have to tell you. Really am. It has been quite a while. Has been quite a while. So yes, maybe just for you, I will do one of those videos tomorrow. Well, it's not been a pain in the ass. It's just been busy. You know, teaching the youth of tomorrow does take a lot of time, dedication, and energy, and doesn't leave you with a lot of the above. Oh, that's probably a little bit too much here. So, yes. Yeah, yep. I will just do one of them just for you tomorrow. Just for you, because you're looking forward to them. And I like to keep my viewers happy. Yes, I'm a teacher. Actually, right now I'm a teacher trainee in the last gasp of teacher training, and teacher training is a bitch and takes a lot of time, dedication, and energy. So yeah, I know. I'm trying to make time wherever I can. But that explains why I haven't been here and why I haven't made that many videos, right? Can't do them when school's on, because you gotta focus on correcting and preparing and this sort of stuff. Higher up, not elementary. If I had to teach elementary, I think I would have killed myself already. Luckily, back then I made the smart decision to not teach elementary. Yeah. I'm teaching years 5 to 13, so yeah, quite the large difference in skill level and complexity and like a lot of things are very different with my kids, like that I'm teaching. Oh yeah, that's what you get in a German gymnasium. That's what you get in a German gymnasium. Or like a German high school that kind of finishes with the A levels at the end, right? And if you want to go to college, that's what you need over here. Ah, look! It's the Barkas man. All hail the Barkas man. Coming in here while I'm building a Panzer III. How about that? Look! Heresy! Oil brusher! Which Kharkov question? The one when I think of finishing this? Or which one do you mean? Like, yeah, he probably smelled the Panzer III. Yeah, he has a nose for when there's a Panzer III on the horizon. Like when someone is building Panzer III, Michael smells this. So, which Kharkov question? Could you be a little more specific? Clayton. I'm a heretic. I use the oil brushes. Yeah, when I will finish this, I think and hope within the next, and I know that what I'm saying now will sound very optimistic to some of you, within the next 2 months. So, fingers crossed, I will have it done within the next 2 months. Don't ask me why I just whistled Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I have no idea. No clue whatsoever. But yeah, you get to see this. I will put out videos with the finished thing. Come on, if I work on this for almost a year now, or if I work on something for almost a year, I will show this off. Sure as hell. You will probably see this everywhere. Yeah. So, Mr. Barkers, are you feeling better now? Or are you still sick? Considering the fact that you've been home, Christmas. No, I'm not actually. Christmas. Yes. I'm okay with Christmas, I guess. It happens. There are presents, so who doesn't like getting presents? I got my first patron backer today. Jesus, stay away from me. I don't want to catch your bacteria, your virus. You can keep that. So that is the turret with some oils. That's the first step in weathering the turret. Now I need to let this set for a while before I can use these two products, which are on the one side it's the Winter Streaking Grime and Rust Streaks. It's a trench cuff. Oh, move away. Leave me alone. Let's look at the snow. Yeah, we need to touch up the snow a bit. So, for those of you who have just joined, we did work on the snow on our. Whoops. Yeah, I'll just take off the idlers, otherwise they will just fall around everywhere. Before we did the turret, we were working on the snow on the lower side of our Panzer III. So, once again, let's take the nice pre-made products from AK. Take our brush that we specifically used for this. Wet it in water. Take up some snow. And just add it where we think there would be snow to strengthen the effect. Yeah, he's tough as nails. He's German. He will get healthy soon. Us Germans, we are very, very, very resilient when it comes to the cough and the man flu. So he will be fine in no time. He will be fine in no time. So let's flip this back over. And I've already done this fender. Let's do this fender, weathering wise. And again, like with the turret, like with the other side, oil brushers. Then let them set for a while. Off the VA. What's VA? Veterinarian? No. VA. Well, anyways, you'll tell me. Yeah, I probably will be here for at least an hour or so. I need to finish this weathering. And while I'm off of the Hangouts or off the streams, I normally just don't do them. So I'll just stay on here and just continue doing this. So, like we did earlier, we'll just let this set for a second or two, and then we'll spread it around with our brush with white spirit on it. So today I finally got to see what your secret project is then, Mike. That's probably the only reason why I decided to back you on Patreon, just so I could find out what your secret Dio project is going to be, which looks really interesting to me. Yes, really, really interesting. Really looking forward to seeing more about that. Oh yeah, he has a Patreon page. He has a Patreon page. And I decided to back him earlier today. Because his work is stunning. And we need to see more of his. And the thought that he could do this professionally, Jesus, that would be great. Although it would be a shame for all of the great watches that he makes. So I kind of haven't made a decision yet. And while we're on this Patreon talk, yes, I also have a Patreon page. For those of you who are interested, my Patreon page can be found at the following link: www.patreon.com/hwoodmodeling. You do not have to support me, although I really appreciate everyone who wants to support me. So, see, Mr. Barkus, actually I should get a cut because I kind of what's the word? Advertised your Patreon on my live stream. No, I don't want to cut. Oh, I do really not want to cut. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, crap. I know, Seb, I know. But then again, isn't that what we Germans always do? Wanting something that we don't deserve, like Dutch bikes. Just giving you what you want. Stereotypical jokes. Okay, now that's done. Still need to fix this though. Okay, let's do this differently then. Now that we've done the oils, let's do some pigments on the fenders. And we still use the same pigments that we used on the underside of our tank. We have Russian earth, then we have dark mud. And I'll start with dark mud. Use my pigment brush. And just work it in. And I know that you probably cannot see what I'm doing, but this is not like the purpose of this specific oh, you don't want that, trust me. Oh, you would not want that. Although I like the prospects of that in a way. A lot more money would go into education if that was the case. Which would be a good thing if you ask me. Education is very important, especially educating our youth. Because especially us as Germans, we have a historical obligation to teach people about responsibilities and about what happens if you're not responsible for what you're doing, and if you stop thinking for yourself. So we should never forget that. Yes, exactly. Especially nowadays where like coal and stuff is no longer an option as a resource. We Germans have always been the country of the thinkers, of the educated. Always been the country of Goethe and Schiller. Oh, yes, Helmut is dead. What does this have to do with anything? Without him, we wouldn't have the European Union in a way. So while I agree that he is a bit of a weirdo, or was a bit of a weirdo, there's a lot that we. Seb is being funny again. Pigments. I like pigments. I like using pigments. While they make a mess, the results that you can achieve with pigments are great. Seb, trying to be funny. Jeez. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah. No, I actually got like through most of it. And then I watched your video today about like the instruction issues. And I was like, yeah, that was to be expected. Although, wait, no, that's a different kit. Yes, no, but the Yak Panther looks really well, and I actually made notes about the issues on the Panzer IV. So, yep. Thank you for that. So, we did this. So, okay. Make sure that this is. By the way, I was tempted to write something like, "Oh, you sponged another kid," and then I decided, nah, I won't do that. Do I still like the look of this? Oh yeah, I really do like the look of this. This looks great. This looks great. Dogwood. No. Russian Earth. Am I going to model shows this year? I actually can't tell because I don't know at this point. The problem is that I will probably not go to model shows anywhere in southern Germany. I might be going to a local one, and I might be going to the Netherlands again this year to Veldhoven. So if you're anywhere in that neighborhood, you might be able to see my models. Other than that, maybe you have to again take a vacation in the Rhine region, and I can show you around even more historic places over here. Too clean. Too clean. Can't have this. Need to be more dirty. Oh, okay, that would be cool. Yeah, I want to visit Sepp again. He doesn't know about that yet, but now he does. But yeah, I'm really thinking of going to SMC this year. Um, once I'm done with teacher training, I'm a lot like freer in making decisions like this. For example, like spending a weekend somewhere in the Netherlands, where I'm like okay, I don't really have to do something like really asinine for tomorrow. So that will make it a lot more easy for me to just go to model shows that are like, for example, in the Netherlands. I was shortly thinking of going to Telford, but then like threw that plan out of the window rather quickly. But yes, SMC is definitely up there with things that I have planned for this year, and of course next year when it's like World Model Expo, like I'm going there. That's for sure. Just to meet the famous moose hunter from Canada, if he is still coming. Of course, that is something that like I really have to meet him in person. Come on, I've been talking to that guy and about that guy for a couple of years now, so yeah, need to go there. So yes, World Model Expo next year is definitely on on the plan. And other than that, like I haven't really made up my mind about shows for this year. But yeah, the one like nearby, the Model Club Camouflage one. I will attend that. Probably show this off for the first time in person there. Um, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this year being something like a little more productive than the last couple of years. And I think I can do this. And I think I can put out some more modeling content on my channel, like everywhere. And yeah, 2020 is of course a given. If you have something like this in your neighborhood, basically like 3 hours, that's the neighborhood. You have to go there, right? Um, and how often do you get the chance to go to like the World Modeling Expo and see the stuff that MIG does and in person, right? And Wilder and like their stuff in person. Um, yeah, that's probably going to be like a highlight. But other than that, maybe in the future I can, for example, like plan if I know when they are and if I know that there's like a holiday in the neighborhood or something like, and plan like a visit to southern Germany when there's a show over there. Like, oh, was he there? Cool. So was he talking about the oil brasas? Oil brasas. I like the way he pronounces the word brusher. It's great. So did you tell him that you did did not like his product. Like, why are you making these? Just make oil paints in a tub. So, while we are waiting for this to dry, I have something else to do for this dio. So let me take this, move it out of the way. Oh, I like your directness. It's great. Why would I want to talk to this guy? He's only meek. In a way, you're right. Yep. It's like probably nothing new that you could get from talking to him. So this can go, the airbrusher can go. This is not necessary now. Oh, don't fall up, don't fall over. So where are you meeting him for the first time then? Look what I got. I got the diabase. And as you can see, the house still has a hole that I need to fill. So what we are going to do now is finish the house. Hopefully. Oh, Lingen. Okay. Wait, that's yeah, it's Model Expo Lingen. Isn't that what it's called? Something like this. So I have 4 coffee stirrers left. I need to manage to fill this with 4 coffee stirrers now. I think I can do it. Wish me luck. When is Lingen happening, Seb? Maybe I can go there too. Maybe I can go there too, if I know when it is. Asshole. Come on, tell me. Too lazy, you know that. No! What is it, bro? Stupid thing. I'm punching holes in the wood for the... I'm punching holes in the wood, yeah. Waiting for Sep to make a snippy comment. Waiting. Stupid me? Come on. So in March, end of March. Wait, that's... I think that's holiday time. I think. What am I doing? Why am I not using that Stupid me. See, I'm totally confused by all this. Yeah, they split up the Easter holidays in 2 parts this year. In like winter break and then Easter. It's weird. Don't at me, not my decision. I don't like it either. Trust me, I really don't. Assholes. Jesus. You're just jealous. Yes, I am. And this roof is annoying me. It's not working out. Let me check with my schedule in a second, then I'll tell you if I'll be there. Definitely. I'll go check my schedule. Wait a second. So 30th to 31st of March, you said. 30th, 31st of March. My schedule says. Oh, no. That's actually not holiday. Holiday is at the end of April. Ta-da. And this is like closely to my final exam. So Lingen sounds to be off limits. Sorry. Yeah. Got it slightly wrong there. Sorry. But that seems unattainable at this point. Yeah. Sadly, the final exam is a little more important than a model show. Sorry. Would have really liked to go there. Are you actually like? Are you out? Are you there to just like portray your models, or are you just there as a normal like visitor? So Sep, you can rest assured, you'll not have to deal with me twice. And now Sep can't go. Doo-doo. Figure out a different way to put them there. Yeah, you're okay. Sep always fucks shit up. Yeah, that would be funny indeed. That would indeed be funny. Okay, now we're doing this differently now, since this is not working out the way I had imagined it to work out. We'll have to glue something on there from the back to keep them. Why, Seb? Why is that? You contagious? Huh? God. Okay. Oh, you're so funny. No, you're not. So, for those of you who are still watching, who are not Seb and Mr. Barkers, we're currently working on the roof construction for the house that is on the Dio base, and I'm currently cutting coffee stirrers into shapes, so I can then put them on the roof. Oh, hey Adam, how are you? Long time no see or talk. I hear you moved house. How did that work out for you? Everything went well? Okay, now. Oh, God damn it. Fuck this bull crappy shit. Fuck. No, I'm not swearing, YouTube. Thank you. Totally calm, cool, collected. Bullshit. Yes, this is exactly how I behave in class as well. I swear like a madman. I'm alive, that's what. That doesn't sound too well. Damn, what? That does not sound too well. I hope it gets better. I'm going to throw something out of the window in a second. Everybody, look out for that. Hendrik is about to go insanely crazy in a second because this is not working at all. The wood glue is just not sticking anything. And I'm out of super glue apparently. So, prepare for meltdown. So, are you sick, just like Mike? So, welcome to the 4 viewers that I have today. I think I know all of you, and I'm happy that you are here. And thank you for being part of this live stream today. On my Kharkov diorama, in which I am trying to build currently the roof construction for the house that's going to be on the base, and that's already on the base in position. And the wood currently is not cooperating. And Seb was going to make a funny comment about me saying, "Oh, wood." And at first I was thinking maybe I could make like a nice one of those nice like hay or stray constructions that they have somewhere in Russia, but nope, I wasn't able to. So yeah, I'll have to do with this. So I'm not mistaken, which I am. I just screwed this up as well. Yay! So I'll just put this to the side. Otherwise, I'll just go batshit crazy on this because it's not working, and I'll take the Panzer III deck out. Yeah, you just dry. Leave me the frick alone. Yeah. Move this to the side. Take this out of here. Move the knife, which is in the way. Then take this and take the Panzer III. Put it on the little cutting mat right here. Move it back in the shop. There it is. Panzer III back on the ceiling. And move the diabase out of the way. Only for whom? The tough guy? Yes, right now it is. It's just annoying me, so gone it is. So yes. The Panzer III. I really like the looks of this thing now. What we still have to do is paint some of the stowage, weather the stowage, weather the turret, weather some of the hull, but not a lot left. Some rust streaks, and then the hull should be more or less done. And then it's finishing the tracks, putting on the tracks, and then we should be good to go with the Panzer III. Let me just, I'll get back the Dio and I'll just mock the Panzer III on the Dio so you guys know what I'm talking about. If you are a member of my Facebook group, you have seen something very similar with the Panzer III on there, having its tracks already on. It's going to be sitting like this right there, and I really like that. I'm not sure if I like the aircraft identification flag, the red one, because I think it's, on the one hand, I like the effect of the red cloth. On the other hand, I don't know. It's a bit. No. In those instances, my wood perfectly cooperates all the time. Yes. Never had any issues with my wood not cooperating to the fullest of its capabilities. Thank you for asking, though. Asshole. Asshole. Okay, so I can put this to the side. You know what? I'm going to put on the tracks now, just so you guys can see how this looks with the tracks on. Nah, come on. There we go. That's one there. Maybe I need to cut one link out of the tracks. I think it's one link too long. And that makes the sag look a little bit unrealistic. I have to, like, there you go. Yes, Panzer III. Tasty. Tasty, tasty, tasty. And here's the other track. Let's put this on as well. Put this on there. And move this through here. Of course, the tracks are not yet. The weathering of the tracks is not yet complete. I have started with it, but it's not yet complete. And there we go on this side. Especially this side of the tracks is not even yet weathered. It's only like it's been burnished. That's about all that's happened to it. Where's the issue? What the? Oh, there it is. No, come on. Yeah, there we go. Eh. Something's off? Yeah, that's off. Right there. Huh? What the hell? Get in there. Yeah. Yep, fruits. These are fruits. No, actually, no. Those are not fruits. Those are Easy Metal Links. Easy Metal Links. It's a brand that I was put on by Mr. Barkus, who told me about them, and I bought them, and I like them. There we go. Panzer 3 with its tracks, and I have to say, I really love the look of this from the front with the fenders missing. It looks so menacing. It looks so nice. I really love the look of this. Just look at the look at this thing. Look at the menacing look that it has from the front. So I really am enjoying this build, and I really like the look that it has right now, and I really like the way it's come on. The turret now is starting to look like weathered and used. Oh yeah, Winterketten look great. That's why I decided to put Winterketten on the Panzer IV as well. I really love the look of this. It's such a menacing look. Just imagine standing in front of this when that thing is approaching you, and you're like, "Oh my god, look at this thing!" It's frightening, isn't it? At least that's what I think, or what I think that people that looked at this must have felt like when that thing was rolling at you with probably like roughly 20 kilometers an hour. That thing approaching you. You're looking at that thing coming at you. Thank you. You'd be happy. All right, but I just saw something. I still haven't detail painted the gun barrel of the machine gun. We really need to do this right now. So I have some iron paint here from Revell. Oh, that needs a better shake. Yeah, that's what she said. And not only does it need a shake, it needs a stir as well. Give it a good stir. I shaved yesterday. Now I look like a fat young 12-year-old. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't have shaved and then done a video. Should have done a video and then shaved. No, Sap, don't. So, 4 viewers currently. Mr. Barkus is here. Kruger is here. And I guess Sepp is still here somewhere, although he's driving. So I'm kind of like his... Ew, what happened there? How did that happen? Oh, come on. I hope you guys like my new cutting mat. I got this recently off eBay. It has improved the modeling bench area a lot because I just don't have to like move stuff around all the time. Now that I have it, it's great. So then, let's take our brush. No, that's not the right one. Where's the correct one? This one is too big. There it is. Bye. Get well soon. So take this brush and then detail paint this barrel with iron paint. And then once that's dry, we'll go over this with a dark wash to dull it down a bit and make it look less shiny and more used. I think I have gunmetal gray somewhere. Maybe I should just like use gunmetal gray. Yeah, sounds like the better idea. Maybe I will go over this with gunmetal gray at a later point to make it look more gunmetalish because the iron paint is too shiny. But yes, we needed to paint this at least and make this look like a machine gun. So, since we are now at a point where this can dry and tomorrow I can do the streaks, I think after an hour and 20 minutes, it is time to say goodbye. It's time for me to get some dinner because it's already 6:20 and us Germans, we eat at this time. And then I'll just put this to the side, let it dry, and then tomorrow I'll be back in full strength and we'll do some streaking on the turret, some rust streaks on the lower hull, maybe add some more pigments, and then finish this thing tomorrow. Although I'm not sure if we finish this thing tomorrow because there's a lot of the stowage still to do. Yes, thank you, Krugerly. Thank you, Mr. Barkus. Thank you, Seb, for watching. Thank you, Adam. Thank you to the rest of you who will see this as a video on demand. I hope you had a nice time with me tonight and today doing this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.